I think that, there's a certain mouthfeel there, and I think there's also the right bowl of pasta takes you back to, you know, being a kid a little bit maybe also, because you kind of kids love pasta, and it's I don't know. I mean, that's just off the top of my head why people love pasta. I mean, even in this like people worried about carbs and all it's we still sell so much pasta and people enjoy it so much. And it's really there's been I mean, pasta in this country has come so far in the last 15 years. I mean, you go from if it's a small place in Brooklyn or some young guy in Denver that's like doing Italian food and using like great dried pasta from southern Italy, or making fresh egg-based pasta dishes, and all different kind of shapes. I mean, 10 years ago, you didn't see calamarata on menus, and you didn't see, trophia on menus, these kind of like very regional pasta shapes, but you do now. And that's great because, there's some other, thank God there's some other variation besides spaghetti and meatballs and linguine and clam sauce. Not that I'm knocking them, but, you know, let's try something different. The shapes, again, I really think about, the regional kind of aspects of where the shapes come from. Trophy, for example, are, if you're not familiar with them, is a flour and egg, a flour and water dough that you kind of just roll in your hand like that. And they're like dense little twisted pieces of dough. Usually, it comes from Liguria, and you'll see that with pesto and potatoes and maybe some small green beans. So if I'm going to use that, I'm thinking about that. Calamarata, are made around Naples, so I'm thinking about Naples. That's really how I kind of think about things. Certain shapes capture sauces in a certain way, or there's a particular preparation that just I don't know, it just goes better. We were doing a spaghetti with clam dish that had. We wanted to do kind of a clams casino thing, the kind of continental classic of a clam and some peppers, sometimes some pork with some breadcrumbs on it. And we would have said, let's do a pasta like clams casino. So we had, some roasted stewed peppers. We had some bacon, put a splash of cream in there, lots of fresh clam juice, steamed clams, some breadcrumbs, really simple. But we're doing a spaghetti, and one of my sous chefs is like, we should be using linguine. I mean, it's linguine and clam sauce. It's not spaghetti and clam sauce. And it just tasted better with linguine. Just the way the mouthfeel was like this smooth kind of mouthfeel, and there's really not that much. There is and there isn't a difference. I mean, spaghetti usually has more rough edge with the dough, and linguine has a very like luscious kind of like mouthfeel to it, and that was the way to go.